I want to thank you for joining me again as we continue on with our series, From Other to One Another, our daily devotional series that accompanying our Sunday morning sermon series. I want to thank you for joining us for that as we explore the richness of our relationships with one another. What's the most important thing you can say to one another? I'd say the most important thing you can say to one another is truth. Speak truthfully to one another. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 25 says, "Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another." You see, Paul there is talking about the oneness, the body language idea of one another that says, because you depend on each other, because you are part of one another, speak truthfully to one another. Now, I can say there that the most important thing that we can say to one another is the truth, and some people will quickly bounce or jump on that and say, well, I spoke the truth to someone and they got angry at me. Well, sometimes that will happen. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. Sometimes the truth will wound. But the writer of Proverbs talks about that sometimes the truth will wound, or may provide a temporary wound, but the truth will ultimately bring healing and health. But sometimes the problem isn't so much that we have spoken the truth. The problem is from what Paul says a little bit earlier in the text, where he talks to the Ephesians and tells them that it's not just the speaking the truth, but there's also the shading of the truth by how we say it. He says, speak the truth in love. You see, sometimes the problem isn't what we say. Sometimes the problem is how we say it. We are loveless in how we speak. I know someone very well, a family member, that often will say, I just told them the truth. Yeah? And how did that work out? The person was wounded, the person was angry. Not because of what you said, but because of how you said it. The person felt beat up because they felt like you're just letting something off your shoulders, or you're just letting me have it. You don't give a care about me. Speak the truth to one another, but do it in love. Now, there are others that will go to the other extreme of saying, I'm going to speak in love, because I'm going to speak in love, I'm not going to share the truth because it may hurt somebody's feelings. If I don't tell my kids, keep your hand out of the fire, I'm not very loving. They may not like it. The fire might look nice and pretty and might be calling for them to interact with it. But I don't love them if I let them stick their hand in it. Even if they might not like it when I say, don't put your hand there. Speak the truth to one another. Speak in love. You see, we can get so caught up in speaking an agenda, but we forget to speak the truth. That we forget to weigh what we are saying by the validity of the Word of God. Is what I am saying really the truth? Or is it my opinion? We need to be careful to scour what we say by the truth and speak the truth in a way that demonstrates our love.